Hello everyone, it's Auth Astro Chick, and I wanted to check in because Saturday I have a free class at 6 p.m. at Divine Light Collective, 235 East McKinley Avenue, Mishawaka. We are going to be discussing Aries Year One, the season of Aries, the planet of Mars, and the particular resonance this year, which is Aries dominance, okay? Like Mars is in charge, okay? And I know we've been feeling a lot of things happening in the beginning of this year, but if you can believe that everything hasn't even started yet, okay? Tomorrow is the equinox. The spring equinox is such a time of rebirth. It is the beginning of the light cycle of the calendar. It is the exaltation of the sun. A lot of things to be hopeful for and a lot of things to look forward to. Mars also will be going into the sign of Aries, which is its rulership, its domicile, on the 9th of April. And so we have, Aries season. The threshold was met by Venus because Venus came into Aries a little bit ago, not too long ago, but she's there. And so she is, I guess, preparing the house of Aries for us, Desires may be very passionate right now. We've got a lot of fueled feelings going on. And as we move closer to Aries season and we can see the end weeks of March into the first weeks of April, there's going to be a lot of movement, okay? Because not only will we have started the sun coming into officially start Aries season, we'll also have Mercury direct. Mercury goes direct tomorrow on the equinox. And so Jupiter also stationed direct on the 10th. What's important to realize is that Jupiter, when planets come to station and turn direction, they pause, okay? And it takes them a second, a minute, a week, I don't know, depending on the planet. But, Jupiter's out there a little bit. So it's slower. It's going to take a moment for the momentum to get going on. Also, the fact that it rules over Mercury, and Mercury's in a retrograde, in a sign it's debilitated in. It just wasn't the right time, okay? But as we come into the equinox, as we come into Mercury stationing direct, give Mercury about a week, okay? Give her about a week to really get going, and Jupiter to really build that momentum, and full in Aries season, and it's gonna fall like dominoes. The path will be laid out, okay? I know a lot of people are both anticipating spring and kind of waiting for, we've been in this holding pattern, I think, specifically with the retrogrades of Mercury and Jupiter, but now we're freeing up from that retrograde energy. And so, take the last dregs of the Mercury retrograde in Pisces to think about how you feel. What do you know in your life's water, right? Also, I think as we move into Aries season, it's important to remember all of the things that we've discovered and become aware of, because the new moon had some positive connection as far as the outer planets are, they're in this grand trine, or not grand trine, excuse me, it's a minor trine. But once Uranus goes into Gemini, we are going to feel the full effect of a minor trine of air and fire, okay? And that's a lot of thought and movement. So ideas can become real things if we work them, if we bring them out into real life and we work towards making it real, okay? Which is the second phase of the sun. When the sun comes into Aries, it's go time. It comes into Taurus, it's okay, make it real time, okay? So we're all working with the schedule. My clients when I talk about the path of the planets, right? And when we're in class, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at where this stuff is happening in your own chart and how that affects your own planets. And everybody has their own blueprint, right? And where does the astrology fit into your blueprint? Okay, that can answer a lot of questions, give you a lot of insight on which direction you're supposed to be going in. The uncertainty that we've been having here with these retrograde phases, it's we're pretty much to the point where we kind of know what we're going to do. We have a really good idea, or we've in-tuned it. It's just a matter of making it happen. So for this class particularly, we're going to talk about Mars and what Mars does. We're going to talk about Aries and the significance of it being a cardinal fire, and also the World Access Point conjunction, the great conjunction between Saturn and Neptune, which occurred at 0 degrees of Aries. And that's going to be like an echo, a resonance that every time a planet comes to aspect 0 degrees of Aries, it's going to like ting it, okay? And so the renewal of that cycle, which is like a 36-year cycle, and the fact that it happened on a world access point, meaning it's affecting all of us on Earth, like this is global stuff, all right? We have a lot of global resonance. Things are going to continue to happen. And as we get into the calendar year, everything changes. Astrology changes, from day to day. The moon changes from month to month, the sun, and then we have the seasons of life. So this is a very exciting season of life. It's a renewal point. We're ready to get going with the plan. Okay. We've been thinking about it. We've been, recalibrating, okay, what we want to do and our ideas, and we've taken in a lot of information too. So I think on a global scale, or at least on a collective scale for America, when we had that solar eclipse in Aquarius, which was the first one of this cycle, because the nodes are still in Pisces and Virgo, they naturally move backwards, and what will happen is eventually the nodes will go into Aquarius and Leo. And so that kind of began, it's the very first of a series of eclipses in Aquarius that we're going to be experiencing. And the fact that the very first one happened in conjunction to the moon of America. So America's moon is 27 degrees of Aquarius, and the eclipse happened, the new moon, so it's a solar eclipse, that happened at 28 degrees of Aquarius. So really close orb, and it is a disruption of American life, like the life, our everyday lives, right? Because also the moon is in the 3rd house of America's chart. So interesting, right? Because I don't think that we've seen the disruption. I don't know if we're ready to see what Jupiter opposite Pluto is going to show us in July. All right. But hopefully it will give us a clearer path forward and knowing what we need to do. Aries season is all about getting out there and like helping with the work and working towards mission, but also, fire is the highest element and it's closest to the gods. And so when we think of inspiration, and when we think of embodied knowledge, and when we think of just putting what we believe into action, there's magic in that. Okay, so it's going to be a great class. We always have so much fun. I appreciate all of my clients and all of my students that come to my free classes. You guys bring in your binders, you've got your charts, you're studying. Like, I'm so proud of everyone and how far we've come, and we've grown so much. Like, it truly is a Jupiter year for me and Dom. We're sharing a Jupiter year. Our 4th house is activated in Pisces. We have a 28 degree Pisces IC, and the new moon was at 28 Pisces. So we're very excited for this season, and we're excited to share everything that we know with you guys and help you along this journey. So be excited, be ready to act, because that is one of the main focuses of Aries is, the new way forward. So I hope to see some of you guys on Saturday, and have a wonderful day. Enjoy the weather. Like, today is a very positive day. It's also Thursday, Dom and I were talking about this today. It's like every day of the week is ruled by a planet energy, right? And Thursday is Jupiter. So expansive thoughts, giving away free things. Also like going on a trip or having some kind of experience outside of yourself. Very Jupiterian, but Jupiter's also very positively oriented. So Thursdays are a great day to look forward to getting paid on Friday and looking forward to the weekend. And also, just helping us manifest the things in our lives that we want. So you can sit with your thoughts on this last day of Mercury retrograde, and you can say, how far have I come? What do I want to accomplish? How do I do that? Right? And what do I believe? What do I feel? Because now that Neptune is in the sign of Aries, there's a lot of faith inspiration going on in the collective. Okay, people are inspired by sometimes religion, sometimes spirituality, sometimes just their own lives, or lives of others. So it's an important time for us to establish our beliefs and to start enacting our beliefs and doing, making our words. See, it's still Mercury retrograde. I can't talk, okay? Walk in the talk. That's what I was trying to envision in my brain. Anyway, we're going to get down to it. And I hope to see some of you guys on Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend if I don't, and I'll catch you later. Bye.